man, we're just having so much fun, and we're going to continue. And I love hearing the stories of life change. These stories just show that what we're doing matters, and that God is still very much alive and doing some awesome things in our lives. And so we are going to have a story time. Man, I am so hot in this thing. Gosh. Is anybody just extremely hot in their costume? Oh, my goodness. And so we're going to hear a story about how God changed one of our very own people here, and her name is Sam Woychowski. So let's put our hands together for this ballerina, Sam Woychowski, who is also a house party leader, brand new house party leader. So we want to hear your story. We love you. You're part of our community. And so we just want to hear how God has impacted your life and changed you. So the stage is yours. Let's give it up for Sam one more time.
Oh, hey. Well, my name is Samantha, and my first word here is careless. And that is the meaning, everything that my life was when I moved into this house with roommates when I turned 19. And it was just, I lived in this house for 6 months, and I could have cared about nothing else except for alcohol. I lived there for 6 months, and I maybe to this day maybe have 5 memories within 6 months of this house. And careless is really the only way to put it. I did not care about family. I was so angry with the way that my childhood was and growing up and my relationship with my mom and people and just turning their backs. And there was just nothing that I wanted to care about. I actually ended up moving out of that house after 6 months when I had a really bad drug episode that literally scared me sober. And so 12 hours into this drug episode, and that was it. I had to be sober. I called my mom that I did not have a relationship with, and I moved back home and within an hour. And I was sober for 2 months. And the night that I decided that, I was sober for too long, I had to go out and party, was the night I took a pregnancy test and found out I was pregnant. So now I am at home in this place that I didn't love, and I have this child. And, I was sober for another 9 months because of my child, and I was great, and I loved it. And my child is literally my saving grace to this day. I believe that he was a little star sent from God to just, keep me going and lift me up. And we ended up going in the right direction. I got my own apartment. I found this family that would let me nanny for them, and they were a Christian family. And I just saw how much they had going for them in their life, how happy they were, how genuine they were to be with each other. And I just thought to myself, well, if this is what a Christian life is, then I'll give us a best start believing, get some happiness going. And so I had them pray over me in their house one day when I was working, and it literally felt like God just gave me this huge hug and lifted me off the ground. I could not feel my feet on the ground. But since I didn't have any Christian friends to celebrate with, I celebrated the best way I knew how, which was getting a sitter and going out and partying like the old times. And I was humbled very quickly, for within the next week, I lost my job, I lost my apartment, my car broke down, and here I am, moving right back home to my parents' house 2 weeks after accepting Christ into my life. So I moved back in with my dad now, which little did I know that God was also already planting a seed in him. They had began being members at Cornerstone while I was going through my hardships in my apartment. And one of the stipulations of me living there was I had to come to church at least once a month. So we started coming to church, and I was not a brave person. I was careless. I would take risks, but I wasn't brave. I didn't do anything good for any reason. I was too afraid to do right. And, one day I just had this overwhelming feeling when my parents, they said they couldn't come to church that day, and I just knew I had to go to church. So I came to Cornerstone. It was 2 Aprils ago, and I came by myself, and that was the day that I was actually saved, rededicated. And, Amrita had come right up to me, and she was like, you have to get plugged in a little bit. You have to talk to people. It's hard not knowing where to go, not having any friends. And, she kind of put me in the right direction. And remember saying to her, it was so naive, but I remember saying, you know, I don't want Christianity to change me. I don't want to change who I am. And that's so silly because, you know, everything about my life has changed since I, you know, became part of Cornerstone and part of this new Christian life. You know, I am a brave person now. I do things with purpose. I have a reason to want to help people. I almost did not even serve at youth summer camp this summer because I was scared to death that I was going to have my own group of 5th and 6th graders. And I'm like, how in the world am I going to teach these kids anything? And the night before, I almost called and said I can't do it. But, you know, it was that just serving at youth summer camp really just changed me forever. And, oh my gosh, you guys, if you are not involved in something in Cornerstone or in Momentum, or if you need a friend, like, I'll be your friend. And like, together we can do so much. Like, God has seriously changed my life, and I know he can change yours also.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sam. That was awesome. That was great, man. Let's give it up one more time for Samantha. Samantha, we love you. Oh, thanks for sharing that. I love it. Well, God's doing great things, and I believe he wants to do great things for you guys. He wants to change your life. He wants to give you hope and a reason to live. And I believe he's going to change some lives even tonight. And so we're going to have Pastor Ben share a great message in a little bit. You guys excited to hear from Pastor Ben? It's going to be great. And before we do that, we're going to have one of our intro videos. Have you guys enjoyed these Ghost Stories intro videos made by the media team with Sarah and Rick and the rest of them? Man, so good. Love the creativity here. So we're going to play this intro video, and then when Pastor Ben comes up here, give him a massive round of applause. Let's play this video.